Welcome to Ramblin Egg, where we discuss all things Mad Cow, Ramble, and beyond. I'm your host, Craig Carroll, back in the saddle. It's been a few weeks. Good to be back. Where did we leave off? That's right. Winter Fat Bike Race number 3 at Timba. We stole that one. We had an early winter with snow. Looked very promising. By some luck, we had a little snowstorm a couple days before, and we stole the race before things melted. Great turnout for the race. It was nice not being sick, but I took second place on the day. Felt really good considering all the setbacks I had in the last couple races. Chris Kane, of course, my teammate, just took off. I stayed with him for the first lap, and we got on that single track, and there were a few corners that were glazed over, and he just happened to stay. I swear, every time we're in those woods, I'm like, he's going to go down. He's going to go down. Chris, very well-earned win. So many great efforts. Big shout-out to Tree, Big Tim, and Tess. Lots of smiles on the day, which we had a few wrecks, but it's going to be that way when you have an inch of snow and things get glazed over lap by lap by lap. A few laps there, I was kind of bouncing off trees, but I never went down, luckily. All in all, it was an awesome day. Thanks to everybody for coming out. I was happy to get quite a few interviews post-race. Let's take a listen.
With King James, how'd your race go?
Well, I stayed up, kept on 2 wheels, which was great, and beat 2 people.
Wow. You beat more than 2.
Should got on the podium for that. It's been a while since I beat somebody. I swear. Yeah, it felt great. Thanks, Tim, and thanks, Benner.
Big Tim, how'd you do?
Good race today. It was fun. Slicker the better, man.
Did you slide out?
Oh, of course. I didn't crash, but I slid out.
Yeah.
Banged off a couple trees. That's about normal.
Almost hit this tree. Yelled at for grabbing the coward levers.
What's that?
Yeah.
Did you get yelled at for
Well,
grabbing
no,
the
but
coward
he was right.
Well, that last lap in the kink before you get down to the entrance to the jungle, I wasn't paying that much attention, man. He really slowed down that lap. And I about center punched his rear tire. I barely got to the side of it.
I'm here with Foxy Farley.
Who showed up today?
She wanted to quit, but she didn't.
I didn't.
Did you have a good race?
I had a good race. Thank you, Craig. It was a very good race.
How many beers did you have last night?
0. I had 0
Zero
beers.
We had an intervention last night. She wanted to go to the bar.
I did want to go to the bar, but I didn't because Bob called me out.
Yeah.
I had plans to go to the bar until Bob called me
Thanks,
out.
Bob.
I didn't set
Yep.
up the
Thanks,
poll.
Bob.
I just said how many beers
I
did you
didn't
have?
go out. Good race. Thanks, Craig.
I'll take. I already did.
I'll pass this around. Everyone, do your post-race interview. So that Buzz. Talk about your race, Buzz.
Talk about my race, Buzz. It was an okay race.
Did you crash?
I did not crash. I almost crashed a couple times, though. The beginning, Tess got ahead of me, and I used major watts to get around her. She didn't want to let me by either. I could tell. She was... I'm watching you, Tess. Oh, yeah. No, but she was speeding up when I was trying to pass her around the...
Yeah, I'll put that. That's her superpower. Snot rockets.
Snot rockets.
She give you coronavirus.
Tessa's snot rockets. / coronavirus. Oh, man.
Give the tree.
Well, she did crash.
Go ahead, Tree.
Hey, good morning. This is Tree. I had a great race. Especially considering I had 5 beers last night, played poker till 1 in the morning. So I was a little concerned, but I stayed upright and had the boom box going. So
You don't have to talk
life
about last
is good.
night. We're just talking about today. You stayed upright.
There you go. All the food's here, so now it's Josh's turn.
I came, I showed, I stayed upright. That's about all. Smarty here, had a great race.
You're welcome.
Held Buzz off the entire race, stayed up with Cartmel, and for a lap or so I was up with Toller and a little bit of drifting, but hell, it was a blast out there today.
Tell them about how it was in your head.
Oh yeah, still Buzz can't catch me.
Moo.
Awesome stuff. So proud of everybody. Great racing. Unfortunately, this Sunday's race was canceled. Temperatures are just too warm. I was hoping to get one last fat bike race in for the season, but we stole all of them except this one. No complaints. Blown away by the turnout. Thanks so much to everybody for coming out, and we'll see you soon. Our time trial series starts soon, but I will try to throw in some fat bike racing at Timba in the spring. We're going to have some gravel races, fatty gravel races this summer. Memorial Day weekend, July 4th weekend, so that'll be fun. And then before you know it, it'll be fall for our fall series, and then, of course, back at winter. I used to hate winter, but now I love it, and I'm kind of sad it's over. But it's been a great one, so great job, everybody. Following that race, we headed to Florida. Mad Cow Ramble training camp. Lots of great trails. University of West Florida mountain bike trails in Pensacola are also fun. We hit all those. Great turnout this year. King James. Spartacus, his first trip ever. Howard, a.k.a. T-Bolt, his first trip ever. Big Tim, Joshium, myself. Tree joined us after 2 days, which was awesome. We were sad Buzz couldn't go, but there's always next year. We drove down on a Friday night, drove all night long, arrived, and rode Saturday to sun, 70 degrees. Great time on the fatties. The sand down there, the fat bike just kills. It's so much fun. Day 2, Pine Log State Forest. This turned out to be our bad luck day. Raining, 56 degrees. Luckily, the trails are rideable down there with all the sand. A few miles out, Big Tim shreds his rear tire, has to walk back. A few miles later, Josh cracks his carbon seat post. We get back to the parking lot, regroup. The rain stops. We go on the other side of the park to ride more trails. Things are flowing. They're fast. And that's when I had the bad luck. A lot of wet bridges. I told the guys to be safe. Towards the end of the ride, we went over this small ramp. It looked like a barrel put in the ground, so up and over real quick. It was just wet. My front wheel slid out in front of me. I hit the ground so fast, it was faster than snapping your fingers. Landed on huge tree roots, gashed my knee. I went so hard, I bruised my ribs. It was not fun. The guys heard me hit the ground. Sleeping that night was very painful. Somehow I rode the whole trip. I never quit. It was one of the hardest things I've ever done. Things have complicated. I have bruised ribs, which has been hard. And I've overdone it a little bit since I've been back. Mainly from sleeping, believe it or not. So I'm not sleeping in a bed. I'm sleeping in a chair till I'm 100%. But all things considered, training camp, the rest of the trip was great. The guys just crushed it. We stole a lot of the rides the remaining days. The rain would start right as we finished, which was awesome. I love stealing rides. So we stole several down there. Less than 365 days to go. Don't forget, folks, despite being injured during the trip, that's some of the best fitness I've had in years, which is a great thing. And a big part of that has been my winter training, mainly indoors. I've ridden a lot outdoors, of course. You have to ride outdoors. But combining the two is the best. And I've always done that, but this year I really focused on specific things. I really want to work on my time trialing, as I said before, and my watts have really gone up, and things showed in Florida, especially being hurt. But when you're injured, it's good to be able to ride indoors too. And Zwift, even though I wasn't really big on it at first, I have to say I really enjoy it. The online racing's fun. And for this week, I've been able to ride no-handed. So that's a good thing to keep the fitness going while you're healing. So that's food for thought for anyone having some issues. So where to go from here? Well, my calendar might change. I had a few OMBC mountain bike races scheduled. I think I'm going to put those on the back burner and delay until the third week of March. We'll see how things go. Like I said, I'm going day by day, week to week. I feel pretty good. Ribs take a while. You have good days and bad days. So I have a few gravel races to do. That'll be some suffering, but great suffering. Need to get on the TT bike. All in good time. It's early in the year, so not stressing too much. Glad it happened now instead of in the middle of the season, but that's how it goes, folks. Stay tuned. Well, that wraps it up for this edition of Ramblin' Egg. Keep the rubber side down and ramble on.